Hi, this is DH Dunn, and I'm here to ask myself an all-new question. Can I lope 10 days on a road trip? So this challenge was created during the Survivor's Corner podcast this weekend, hosted by KirkSteven and Jetwire, and they had me on as a guest, and I had an absolute great time there, so I really appreciate that. I'll link that podcast below in the description. As part of our general discussion about custom challenges, we created one, and that's this one, which is road trip. So we are going to go from DP to Blackrock. This is kind of the spiritual successor in my mind to Railroad Inspector, where we had to walk down the tracks. In this case, we're mostly going to follow the road as much as the game allows us to. So we are going to start at DP and then take the road through Coastal, through Pleasant Valley, and on to Blackrock. While we're on the road, i.e. not in a structure, for sleeping purposes, we can only eat snack foods. So that means sodas, chips, beef jerky, that sort of thing. No cattails, no harvesting, no bunnies, none of that. And especially, no cattails. We can only sleep in structures that can see the road, and we can only sleep in structures, not caves or things like that. So, and you have to be able to see the road from the structure, which is similar to how Railroad Inspector worked. Those are our hotels or motels. When we're in the motels, we can eat hot foods like canned items that we found, but still no cooking, nothing that we didn't loot, and no harvesting of meat of any kind. So I'm excited to give it a try and see how it goes. So let's see how we go and what amount of time will it take us to get there. We may get there faster than 10 days. We may not be able to reach it in 10 days. I don't know. I never know. I never know before I try, which is always what's fun. I am going to do this on custom. Feels thematically appropriate, considering it was a custom challenge discussion. But I'm going to do it in interloper settings. The reason I'm going to do it on custom, to be honest, is I have a limited time to record, and I can't just sit here and roll spawns for 20 minutes trying to get DP. So, when you don't want DP, you'll get it. It's a whole thing. For the most part, it should be fine. Occasionally, you'll get loot that you normally wouldn't find on Interloper. I'm familiar enough with Interloper that that'll stand out, and I just won't take it. I believe also Parasites works differently, but we're not going to get Parasites. So, Lower Great Bear, over to DP. We will go with William, and we will only take 2 feats. And it's the same 2 feats I always take. I don't know, maybe for a little extra spice, maybe I turn off Firemaster and throw in Efficient Machine. What's more road trip thematic? Probably this. Wait, hey. What if we did Free Runner? And maybe Snowwalker. Because we're not sleeping outside. So we're not sleeping in caves. So the benefit of the cold fusion isn't going to be as strong. I think I'll take these two, which I never take these two. So that'll be fun. All right. Road trip. Let's go. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I hope the spawn is early in the morning, because that's when, in my memory, we would often leave for road trips with the kids, would be when it was very early morning. It's the middle of the night. Well, we got a long way to go, so maybe we leave that early. I'll take this rock. I think we're very close to the Crumbling Highway mine entrance. Someone recently said the name of that mine, and I realized I have no idea what that mine is called. And that's kind of crazy considering how much time I have in this game, even not paying attention as much as I do. You would think via osmosis I would pick this stuff up, but my brain does not work that way. My brain is a crazy beast. It does a lot of things that at times I find frustrating, but I gotta say, it helps me be me. And So, you know, we try to work together. Me and the brain. Pinky and the brain. Alright, I am going to want to hit all the goodies of VP. I think my goal is to pull into the motel at Quonset. The Quonset Motel. I greatly appreciate the clearness of this night. That's really, really helpful. I sometimes mess this approach to the lighthouse up.
We need to find some place to escape.
We can't sleep in the lighthouse because you can't see the road from the lighthouse. I mean, I guess technically you could if you went all the way up to the tower, but I don't feel like the lighthouse is on the road enough to qualify. I may skip the secluded corner. We shall see.
So cold.
When I was younger, we used to take a lot of road trips, the four of us, me and Annie and the two boys, and go to all kinds of fun places around New England, or trips to see family. Not as much of a driver now, as I've gotten older. I don't know if I don't know what changed. I just don't enjoy driving as much as I used to. Nice road trip. We went to Vermont last year. I am screwing this up again. Lately, I have struggled with this one. We went to Vermont last year, and that was pretty great. And Vermont was very different than I expected. Very, very hilly. But beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous state. We went there right around this time last year. Pretty decently up into Vermont, too. Not just right at the edge. So we drove through Maine and New Hampshire to get to Vermont. So it's kind of a northern New England tour. And it was very much a road trip, stopping at rest stops, you know, to stretch your legs, and, you know, it was great. Now, here's where I'm going to struggle. Because I can't sleep. And I can't do a whole lot of anything. I guess I could make some tinder, which we know we're going to need. That seems incredibly loud. Maybe I just have the sound turned up. I continue to struggle with sound with this computer. Sound and mic settings keep changing. I think part of it is because I use this setup also for work, for the day job. And so I disconnect the microphone and the camera almost every day and hook them up to my laptop, my work laptop. And I think that disconnection, reconnection encourages Windows to like, hey, I think I should set this to a different sound level. I really don't know what to do beyond past time here, which, wait a minute, we're not warm. So that's not an option. We will have to come back here. And I don't think the Riker's going to be warm either. Fortunately, we can see. I think we may have to go to a trailer. See if the moose is here. We don't see him. My main Loper run, which is approaching day 190. In fact, it's on day 190. I can't find a freaking moose on that run. I'm starting to think it might be bugged. I came to DP recently, and the moose was not here. I have not seen a moose in Mystery Lake the whole time. Never seen one. And I've spent probably half that run in Mystery Lake, which is kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. I saw the moose here recently on one of the I Lope runs. Gosh, this is pretty. This is my favorite map aesthetically. Like, I think my favorite map for the game is Ash Canyon. and I think that will hold true until I really get HRV memorized, and then maybe HRV takes over. But like my favorite map to spawn in is Ash Canyon. My favorite map to spend a long time, you know, kind of long-term base is still Mystery Lake. I just think it's just set up really, really well. The Timberwolf Mountain is great also. PV has its pluses and minuses. But I really just like hanging out in DP. I like the ocean sounds. I like the smallness of the map. I know where everything is. It's one of the few maps that I think I know pretty well. It might be the smallest map in the game. I'm not sure. It's pretty small. No cattails in DP, though. Somebody the other day told me that I was the person who introduced them to the secret trailer. Which if you go into this, like normally, you go into one trailer. But if you open the door down here, you go into a different trailer. You go into a standard style trailer rather than the unique crammed full of beds trailer that is only here in DP. So we are warm. I don't feel like I can see the road from here. Well, you can see the bridge from here. Hang on. Let's make a judgment call here. Can you see the bridge from here? I mean, technically that trailer, yeah, you can see the road from here. There's the road right there. Technically that trailer doesn't exist in the real world, so I guess I'd have to sleep in this one. Which, is this one. See, this is the big messy one. If I just shuffle forward, I should run into a bed at some point. Okay. We are still warm. Do I want to sleep? Not really. What the hell else would I do, though? Let's look at how awful our clothes are. Wow, even for Loper, this is bad. I've always loved Will's facial expression for his little portrait. It's just like, he's just so over it. Will cracks me up. For years, I mostly only played Astrid, but lately I've been coming around to Will. He's very funny. I was talking about this a little bit last series, but I love his, all right, when he gets the fire going, it always cracks me up. Astrid is just done. And I find that very funny too. Okay. Let's see. We could sleep 2 at this point. I think I'd rather, well, I guess I slept 2. I was gonna pass time, but I did it wrong. Too busy talking. Talking and thinking, they don't work well together for me, and yet I've chosen a hobby of doing exactly that. I've been trying to change my routine to get up earlier, and the getting up earlier part is working. But then I get very tired later in the day, so I don't know. Bed. It's basically daylight out now. Why don't we pass 1 hour? Okay. All right. So yeah, Will is hungry and thirsty, and we are, I guess theoretically you could call this a hotel or a motel. But we don't have any way to cook here. Excuse me. Can you let me buy, please? Oh, can I not get by here? You know what? Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't want to be in here anyway.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I mean, gee, I don't know. If I end up needing that, a lot went wrong. Okay, let's do secret trailer, see if there's a soda in there.
Could end up being useful.
Can't drink that. Well, I mean, you could. Very early in my Can I Lope challenges, I was doing no fire, and I was gonna die from thirst, which is, I'm pretty sure, how I died. And I tried to see if you could drink the antiseptic, like if there was an option to drink it, because it's liquid. but no. Now, I haven't been to the Riker, which means I don't have the keys to get in the thing. I may have to pass that. I don't know. Let's check the whale factory.
I'll be hungry later.
That is a good find. Very happy about that. This also good. We're on a road trip, man. Drink it up. Drink it up. We're not about hoarding food here. Now, if I had the time, I would probably get some copyright-free road trip tunes and have those playing while we're on the road. I don't have the time to edit that sort of thing in, unfortunately. I see you, Matches. Cheeky. Salt. Good to know. I don't need it, but a different version of me does in a different game, in a different run. Although I had great luck last night, because I'm working on a curing box. I had great luck last night just getting salt from candy bar accounts. Coastal. Just off the rocks. Outside Misanthrope and Jackrabbits. I will not be visiting the cave, Fluffy, Scoop. It's not Scoopy, because Scoopy, I know where Scoopy is. I confused the rest of them because I didn't name them. I mean, I can barely remember my own shit. Nice. Love it. I wish pretzels were in the game. I love pretzels. My favorite snack is M&M's and pretzels. And you get it's fairly OCD. You get 4 M&M's and a couple pretzel twists. It only works with certain pretzels. The rolled gold tiny twists are definitely the prime M&M's and pretzels. And I started eating that in the Navy. They used to sell cans of pretzels at the ship store, and I would get those and M&M's, and it'd be pretty great.
I can always use more food.
I don't have that snack that often, though, because I can't exercise good self-control. Anytime chocolate gets involved, I have no self-control, and I will have too much. Had a great time on the podcast. It was very nice of KirkSteven and Jitwire to ask me on. Everybody there was very, very friendly. I appreciate those of you in the Dungeoneers who showed up. Yeah, it was a good time. You know, it was a discussion of 2 of my favorite things to talk about, The Long Dark and me. So I had no trouble staying engaged. Now, since we really have no use for a bedroll, it's going to be there. Actually, I'm not sure. I think they may have changed it so that the bedroll is never here. I haven't found it here in a while. Because thanks to Safe House customization, it was really easy to move these crates and get them. Get it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe they got rid of it. There's a flare. We probably don't need more than 2 flares, so... I think that's the 3rd car battery I've found here. Yeah, see, this is custom. Custom will give you that. We're just going to ignore that. I mean, what the hell would we do with it? I thought about trying to work in, like, buying souvenirs and stuff. Look at this shit. It's amazing. But... you know, you don't want it to get too complicated. This one is, I think, tiptoeing right up to the edge of being a bit too complicated. I like it to be where I can explain it in you know, 2 sentences. We thought about, Very Tiny Burb had the suggestion of continental breakfast in the morning, of like pancakes or porridge and stuff, like a hot breakfast. And I like it. It's too much. It's also not likely to come up. Okay, so first number is 24. And then it's somewhere in the teens. Okay. Hopefully I can just get it without screwing it up now. I take that back. We didn't do Long Dark last night. We did Baldur's Gate last night. I'm trying to have my Twitch streams be either one game or the other. Either Long Dark or Baldur's Gate. To try to get Baldur's Gate done. To actually finish something. That is oh. This is fantastic. It's like a it's like a safe made for me. Okay, bebop badidi. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna check this.
This stuff will come in.
Don't get me started on the film. Okay, what's that? Whetstone? Probably not gonna need it. Again, I wish I could send it to other runs that do badly need whetstones. I mean, my main Loper run is so desperate, I'd take a dry stone at this point. Thank you. Okay, goodbye. We gotta get on the road. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. A good Willie Nelson song. My parents were really into Willie Nelson, which is why I knew it. Which they didn't like country music. But they liked Willie. Willie had that crossover appeal. And I'm talking about him like he's not alive. He is alive. I often find this trailer to be a bust. And it is. Oh, wait. There's spray paint. Spray paint. My opinions on spray paint are controversial. Because I find it to be, for me, and how I like to play, fairly useless. There are many good arguments for spray paint. It is, in fact, in the hands of most players, a useful item. Good for blizzard lines, good for finding ways through caves, good for marking where you've looted and where you haven't. I choose not to engage. Hello, Mr. Bear. I'll just give you a second. Because I kind of want to go that way. I want to be on the road, dude. What on earth are you doing? Honestly. This is just rude. It's just rude. Wait, what? I thought you were coming this way. Were you coming towards me? Was that it? You don't know what you want, do you? You don't know what you want. Bear. You know what, Bear? As the kids say, kind of a mood. I get it. I don't know what I want either. On some level, we're all the bear, aren't we? Alright, maybe you can get over this way? I don't think so. Alright, fine. We'll check Matt's truck out. We're going to take a lot of damage this run, I think. Maybe we're not checking Matt's truck out. Maybe I'm just getting on the road. We gotta get out of here, man. Be funny if I ran into the moose now, wouldn't it? Yup. You can see him. There he is. Hee hee. Sure, man, the traffic today is crazy. We'll have to take a side road. See? On theme? See? I'm working with it. We are about to reach the point, for those of us who live here in the great state of Maine, where you can't go anywhere. Right after Memorial Day. Is Memorial Day the one in May? Whatever holiday is the one in May. I think that's Memorial Day, yeah. The tourist season starts up, and both the highway and then Route 1, which is kind of the coastal highway, if it literally is a coastal highway, just gets too crowded all the time. Hey, dude, I don't like where I'm going. What happened? You're running now? Now you're not running? Okay. Well, I don't know how much I feel like dealing with you, TBH. I had kind of a goal in my head that I wanted to get to the mine before I used a match. And I'd like to hold to that. So I think ignoring him may be the order of the day. And his friend. Now, are you going to go over, or are you just going to give up? You might just give up. The pathing may have gotten too hard. I think you gave up. Yeah, you did. You know what? That's okay, dude. Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. That's 2 old-time country song references in one stream. And I'm not a country guy. You could say I'm a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, but that's a Donnie and Marie song, and you could make the argument that they're neither. Didn't think I'd be talking about Donnie and Marie during this stream. I'll tell you that right now. Of course, we're not streaming. I'll tell you that right now also. Oh my god. Let's just get the crumbling highway. Good heavens. We're doing this wrong. Yep, we're doing this wrong. I mess this up when I come from this part.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Oh, you know what? You're gonna get some problems when you're on the road. Sometimes you pick up a little bug, a little cold, a little illness while you're on vacation. It sucks, but you just gotta deal with it, man. Especially if you're the driver. If you're the driver, you're just gonna roll with it. How close are we to more frostbite? Decent. I personally, to be honest, just me, not making judgments on other people and how they feel, I don't really care about frostbite. It's not a big deal. Multiple frostbites, sure, but one frostbite, it's just a little bit off. It's basically anti-well-fed. You know, you're at 95 or whatever instead of 100. Can you please move? Thank you. I remember that when I first started playing Interloper, coming from Voyager, I would look at a situation like this, like where my meters are right now, and I would be in an absolute panic. Oh my god, I'm dying. Look at this, I'm dying. Sure. Yeah, yes. But you know what? It'll probably be fine.
I could eat anything.
I think drinking is the problem here, Will. Well, you didn't find another soda, did you? Oh, you did. You should probably have that. Sorry. It's like, dude, I'm so thirsty. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna pop in here. Sure, it's a souvenir. Look, honey. What the hell is that? Why did you buy that? It's a cured gut. It says Desolation Point on it. One of the funny things about living in a tourist area is that when you go into the stores, you see all the tourist stuff that they sell. And everywhere I've gone, I will find a shirt that says, "In dog beers, I've only had one." Or a mug or something that will say that. And then it'll say wherever you are. But like, it has nothing to do with the location. Like, it's not like that's a main thing. I can't make a fire in here right now. I wanted to warm up a bit before I went outside and made a torch. Unless I can just make a torch. No, I can't. You can't make torches. That's crazy. You can make tinder. How much fuel do you have there, Chief? Not a lot. I could use the flare, but I'm not going to. I could drink the coffee. That's a road trip thing. If you ever, if there ever was one, with some coffee, man. I think I'm drinking the coffee too. Just down in sodas and coffee. Your back hurts from frostbite. You don't care. You got to get there, man. So our sleeping is probably going to be in Quonset, but looking at the timing here, I think we're probably going to finish in the basement of Crumbling, should we survive that long. I made light of it, but I'm definitely disappointed in the condition. This is a lot. I got very comfortable just running around outside. I was just having a lot of fun. Excuse me. Don't need those rose hips. You don't need those. Coal you can take. One of the things I like on any of the challenges is if it takes something away from me that I usually use. I like challenges that make me play differently or look at items differently. I love challenges that will give a particular item more value than it normally has. In this case, like sodas and chips and stuff are more valuable than normal because they're almost all you can eat and drink. So if you're excited when you find them. I like it when you're excited to find, oh my god, a fuse! I needed a fuse. Like when, you know, something where normally you're like, ugh, a fuse, who cares? One of the nice things I have gotten lately is comments both during the podcast and on various videos about, for lack of a better term, the vibe. And I make a point. I mean, I'm generally in a good mood most of the time. I'm a pretty lucky guy. Unless there's a reason for me to be in a bad mood, I'm generally in a good one. But I always make sure I'm in a good mood before I sit down. I never sit down to record or play when I don't want to do it. Because that's going to come through. And I guess if there ever comes a point where I'm just sitting here going, ugh, the long dark again, I'm so sick of the long dark, then that's when I stop, you know? And I think if I was just doing run after run after run after run, where they're just generic runs, maybe that would happen. But because we're always mixing it up. But I don't know. I look forward to this. Oh my god, so many matches. I look forward to hanging out with you guys every day. This is fun. All that salt. I don't mean to be salty. Stupid joke. Stupid joke. But that's another thing, road trips. Is, you know, dad jokes. If you're a dad on the road trip, right, and you got the kids in the back, You got to keep them engaged, man. You got to do stuff verbally because they're just going to lose it. So we used to do a lot of 20 questions. 20 questions is a great car game. We had a lot of fun with that. We didn't do a lot of singing. My dad used to do that. A lot of singing songs on trips. We never did that. I think I was a bit too self-conscious about singing, even though I do it sometimes now on stream more than on YouTube.
What have we
Okay.
here?
Well, we won't suffer for coal. We have so many matches. I feel comfortable just letting that go. Now let's just take a look here. We haven't found a sewing kit, which would be very helpful. We might as well have some road trip food, man. So we're eating beef jerky right now. I am not a connoisseur of the beef jerky, but I love me a damn chocolate bar. Holy crap, do I have no self-control when it comes to chocolate. Love chips. Maybe not ketchup chips, but I love chips. Anything crunchy, salty, I'm probably on board. We could break this down for an hour. I don't hate that idea. What time is it? Not that we needed more fuel. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that now, but you know what? Good enough. Let's go. Don't need those. I almost grabbed them. I don't think I need to preserve my matches. So I'm just going to I'm going to run around with a lit torch, whereas frequently I will run around with a unlit torch, ready to back up and light it if I need to, which doesn't always work. You don't always get enough time. I don't need that firewood. Chips. I mean, a book, actually, I could see a book as a good travel. Yeah, it's good to bring a good book, like a good beach book. Big fat tome. Something from Brandy Sandy, perhaps. Brandon Sanderson. Me and Very Teddy Bird call it Brandy Sandy. Probably the most famous person I have had significant interactions with is Brandon Sanderson. I got to go to dinner with him. That was pretty cool. He was a very nice guy. Very, very, very nice guy. Very down to earth. All right. See, the thing is like, it's a little early on the recording time. But I don't know. Trying to get the quantity, I think, is going to make it take too long.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Hey, I like them socks, man. Those souvenir crumbling highway and dog beers I've only had one socks. Pretty great. I hadn't really counted on the impact of the thirst on this. We're not going to be able to heal. I may have to give this some thought about, am I going to allow myself to make water? I'm pretty sure I am going to allow myself to make water at the hotel.
I need to find something to drink.
Yeah. Oh, that one sucks too, huh? Yeah, no, let's just go. Nah, we're not warm enough yet. All right, I'm gonna pass an hour here, and we'll sit here and we'll pick this one up tomorrow. I don't even think we're at the end of day one. No, Okay, but we'll pick this one up tomorrow. I think, yeah. Rather than try to force it. I don't love our condition. I don't. I'm nervous about that, and I do think I'm gonna need to implement bottled water that we buy at the hotel, so we can at least sleep and heal. Because you're spending a lot of time outside on this one, and yeah, so pretty cool though. I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm having a great time just talking about silly stuff and the road trips and vacations and all that stuff. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I will be back tomorrow with more adventures in the long dark. Until then, if you've enjoyed this series and you could give me the like, comment, subscribe, those two will really help me. And I'll be back tomorrow with more adventures in the long dark, which I said already. So have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Take care of each other. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.